Hi, I'm LDS in Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge. December 6th.
Not much is known about Jesus from birth up to age 12. We can read about the flight to Egypt in order to save Jesus from Herod, who ended up slaying all children under the age of 2 in Bethlehem, and that they stayed in Egypt until Herod died, and then they settled in Nazareth. It is mentioned that he was circumcised, and that he was taken to the temple to present him to the Lord when Mary went to be purified according to the law of Moses. After that it goes quiet. In Luke 2:40 it says, "And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit, filled with wisdom, and the grace of God was upon him." That's it. One verse to cover 12 years, basically. Why? Was it out of consideration for a child, or was it because he was like most children, growing up, running, tripping, scraping a knee, climbing a tree, and falling down, eating breakfast and helping with the chores? In Jesus the Christ, I read the sentence, "He came among men to experience all the natural conditions of mortality." Just like us, he came to this earth to receive a body. Just like us, he went through the veil of forgetfulness. And just like us, he had to learn to crawl, to walk, to eat food, to learn to speak, to read and write, to run, to climb, and I almost said ride a bicycle. But you get where I'm going. In this time, it was also common for children to be brought up in the same profession as their father, and they started their training from a young age. So how was this boy? How was his childhood? What made him laugh? What made him cry? Did he spend time watching the clouds and dreaming of a future? I guess since he was the Son of God, maybe the veil was a bit thinner than for you and me. And that comes to show in the story of Jesus at the age of 12 visiting the temple in Jerusalem. Imagine being 12 and coming to the temple with your mother and father. Then you decide to stay in the temple without telling them. They started traveling back for a day, and then they started looking for him. And they went back to Jerusalem and looked for him for 3 days before they found him in the temple surrounded by doctors. But this 12-year-old boy had been alone for days. How did he get food? Where had he slept? Had he not worried at all? Or did he get information from above that they were on their way back to find him? But once they find him, Mary asks him, "Son, why hast thou dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought the sorrowing." I don't know about you, but if I would have lost my son and searched for him for days before finding him, I can assure you that that would not have been my approach. And the words she used feels more like speaking to someone a lot older and more mature than a 12-year-old. His answers confirms that when he says, "How is that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my Father's business?" It shows that he is on another level. Some immaturity shows in the fact that he can't understand that they don't get the same divine guidance as he does. But it also shows that he at age 12 was fully aware of who his father really was. It has taken me years to start understanding this principle, even though I've learned it since I was young at home and at church in primary. How different would my life have turned out if I would have truly understood it at a younger age? In one way, I am grateful because I'm not sure I would have been mature enough back then. I am mature rather slowly, and even though this life's journey of mine have been rocky, I still wouldn't change it. I wonder if Jesus, at age 12, had any knowledge about how his life's journey would look like, and where it would take him, and how it would end. I just wanted to add one more thought. My entire life, I've had this urge inside of me to help. I've wanted to become a physical therapist but chose a more holistic approach instead. But when I read the verse, "And it came to pass after 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers." Out of all the things Jesus could have wanted to learn more about, he sought out the doctors and asked them questions. How important are those 2 verses really? How many of you have the same urge inside of you to help and heal? For me, it's been in me constantly, this yearning, and Christ is the biggest healer of this earth and in a sense my greatest role model. But I know I have great powers within me. I just need to understand them and have faith. I believe that everything we are drawn to, attracted to, have an urge to do and yearn for is something that you should in some way, shape or form incorporate into your life's mission or purpose. What in your life are you grateful for that didn't turn out quite as you wanted when you were young? How are you a healer in this life? Or what do you long to do? Be the light, share the light, spread the light, shine.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share and subscribe and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.